Calm down.
What is up, girly pies? It's your favorite girly pie, Mitch Santana, and today we're back at it again with another video. But today's video is a little different. It's going to be a little cooking video. Now, don't get scared. This isn't the Iron Chef or Top Chef, nothing like that. Today's video is just Mitchie in the kitchen, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I prepare my salmon, potatoes, and asparagus. The asparagus is strictly for demonstration purposes. I hate vegetables and I would never eat this, but it just helps put the plate together. But I'm gonna be showing you guys two different methods how I make it in the oven and also in the air fryer. So if you wanna see how I made these two delicious salmons, then just keep watching. All right, before we get into anything, I just want to show you guys the spices and the oils and pretty much anything seasoning related that we're going to be using for both the salmon and the potatoes. All right, we're going to need some salt, some pepper, aka pepper, some oregano leaves or oregano leaves. It just depends on however you want to say it. We're also going to need some original Creole seasoning, some extra virgin olive oil, cayenne pepper. Oh my gosh. Now paprika, lemon and pepper seasoning, garlic powder, and onion powder. You will also need a lemon. Trust me on that, guys. You will also need some potatoes, for the potato part. And then you're gonna need some you're gonna need some asparagus. Don't forget the foil. You also need a salmon breast. I know salmon doesn't have breast, but I've already gotten used to the idea of calling it breast. Sorry, you'll need a salmon fillet, or just however you want. If you go to H-E-B, they have salmon that's already pre-cut. But I went to Kroger, so I just got a salmon fillet and slice it up into thirds. Okay guys, we're first going to start off with a tablespoon of the extra virgin olive oil, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna go in with a tablespoon. We're just gonna rub it all around the salmon so that we could just get it prepped and ready to go. You might realize that you might actually not use all of the oil. Like for me, I didn't even use all of the oil. So whenever you feel like, okay, I think that's enough, then you can just stop. Okay, now let's get into it. You're going to go in with a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of that wonderful original Creole seasoning, a teaspoon of paprika. We're basically going to be using a teaspoon of everything. So if you want to skip ahead, go ahead. If you want to stay, then be my guest. A teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper? I really don't know. A teaspoon of onion powder. A teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of lemon and pepper seasoning, and last but not least, a teaspoon of the oregano leaves. Once everything's together, we can then begin to mix it and rub it all together so that all the flavors are just spread out and just get to everywhere. Don't be shy, don't be scared, because you can always wash your hands after. Just get messy with it, just so you can make sure that the salmon is well seasoned. Just rub it all in. Once everything has been rubbed together, that's when we take our lemon and we're gonna cut it in half. So we're gonna save half for later, and then we're gonna use half now and just squeeze it all over the salmon. This is just going to open another world of flavor. Now with the other half, you're going to slice it, better than me, into 3 different slices. It's not my fault. My sister, I told her to go get this lemon for me, and she got me the tiniest lemon that she could find. And I have nails, so it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Anyways, yeah, you're just gonna take a slice and then just put it on top of each salmon slice. Now remember, in this video, I'm going to show you guys 2 different ways on how I prepare it. In the oven and in the air fryer. So first off, we're going to prepare it in the oven. You're going to need a foil pan, just like as shown here. It's just a pan that I lined with foil. And then you can spray it down with some Pam Original Canola and Oil Blend. I don't even know what that means. I just know it has 0 everything, and then it just helps the food not stick to the pan. So you can just go ahead and spray a little bit of that on the pan. Keyword, a little. Don't be going in there spraying the whole thing down looking for some extra flavor, because that is just not gonna work. Once that is done, that's when you can go ahead and bring the salmon to rest and lay it down on this pan. Now, you know, in this video I used 3, and I actually accidentally put all 3 in the oven without remembering to save one for the air fryer. But don't worry, I caught it later in the video, so just, yeah, ignore that. Just real quick before we put it in the oven, I just want to do a quick close-up on this salmon so you guys can just see, like, doesn't that look so flavorful and just juicy? And just like Guy Fieri always says, it looks like it's about to take me to Flavor Town. Like, just look at that. But yes, moving forward, we're going to bake it in the oven at 350 degrees. I don't know anything less, anything more, just 350 degrees, guys. And then we're gonna set ourselves a timer for 20 minutes. All right, now it's time to get a little saucy. So if you guys did y'all's homework and y'all went and got yourselves an air fryer, you're in for a treat. You guys can also make salmon in the air fryer. Man, air fryers just fell out the ceiling and you can just pretty much make anything with it. But yes, you're going to take a sheet of foil and then you're going to line the insides of your frying pan, like tray thingy, with it. And the thing is, you want to be careful. You don't want to like cover up all the holes. See how I just kind of like left a few holes poking out? But yeah, just do that. All right, and without further ado, we take the piece of salmon and we lay it to rest here in this air fryer. Make sure that you look over your air fryer manual because each air fryer is different, but I'm currently using the Power XL air fryer, and in that air fryer there's a button that I press with the picture of a fish, and it automatically takes it to 325 degrees and cooks for 15 minutes. All right, you guys, now it's time for the potatoes. You want to fill it up with water and then put it in the microwave. That's how I soften it. And the microwave has a potato button, so I just press like 4 potatoes and I just let that heat up. It doesn't have to stay the full time. Just be checking on it whenever you feel that it's soft, like you stab a fork in it, and once it's soft enough, it's ready to cut. So take a big knife, and how I cut it is I just slice it down the middle, and then I just slice halves on halves on halves, basically. I actually don't even have a real method. You guys just see just how I'm cutting sporadically. Just whatever works for you. I'm just trying to get that diced, cubed potato vibe going on. Okay guys, you're going to need a large pan because we are going to be cooking the potatoes on the stove. You're going to need a tablespoon of the extra virgin olive oil, and then you're just going to want to spread it all around the pan to make sure it gets everywhere. You're going to let it heat up a little bit, and then you're going to proceed to add the potatoes on the stove. Now the way I check to make sure the skillet is actually really ready, I just put one on there as a little test, and if it starts sizzling, then I know.
So calm down.
Once you have all the potatoes out there situated, then we can start with the seasoning. I'm first going to go in with a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of the Creole Seasoning, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and last but not least, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, make sure you guys grab yourself some tongs or whatever you're gonna use and then just mix it all together. Y'all check this out right here. Flip, flip, flip. No, I'm not an Iron Chef. No, I was not in on the cast of Ratatouille. I'm not Gordon Ramsay's daughter. I'm just a regular girl that can flip potatoes. You don't have to treat me any differently than the next guy. But yep, long story short, just make sure you're checking on your potatoes and mix them every now and then so that they're evenly cooked on each side. I don't know how long I kept them on the stove for. I just kind of lost time. I was just so busy with trying to make sure everything was good with the filming and everything. But I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes. Honestly, whenever it just starts to get brown and crispy to your liking, that's when it's ready for you. All right, guys, now it's time for the Sorry, excuse me. Now it's time for the asparagus. You're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of the extra virgin olive oil, and then you're just gonna, sear that all over the pan. Once your asparagus is all settled, then you're going to go in with a teaspoon of salt and then a teaspoon of pepper. And that's it. After that, you're just mixing and watching it cook. Wow, imagine in a perfect world where I actually ate vegetables, I would eat something like this. It doesn't even look too bad, but too bad it does. But this is for my people out there who are normal and actually like vegetables. That's a plus because asparagus is really good for you. So you guys can just eat that. But I just made this for presentation purposes, and then also I'm sure my parents would eat something like this, so whatever. Yes, that's really it. Now time for plating. So this is how I plated my salmon and potatoes and asparagus. What you're looking at right now is the oven baked, the traditional salmon and potatoes. And then I also kind of added a little slosh of ketchup because I was trying to do that little cool thing that they do on the Food Network, but it was kind of a fail. And why did I use ketchup? Anyways, here is the air fried salmon along with asparagus and potatoes and that same ketchup slosh mark. And just look how that looks. Honestly, I can't pick a favorite because they're both so good. So that's what y'all are here for. Y'all gonna eat them both and let me know what y'all think. Here in the end, we have our side-by-side comparison. We have the air-fried salmon on the left and the oven-baked on the right. Both are truly divine. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Which one's your favorite? Comment down below. Well, guys, I couldn't resist. I had to take a little sample, and the only thing I have to say about this salmon is that this salmon's on fire, fire. fire. This salmon's on fire.